you know what they call a burger in Denmark? A Royale with cheese. They also have universal health care. All right, here he is. He's talking with Anderson Cooper. Matt actually noticed something about this clip. Bernie is in, vintage. I like Bernie's not even doing like the suit and tie thing. He's got like I've got a wrinkled collared shirt and a goddamn sweater. And, he's in his mid 70s, and it's a fascinating time because on one hand, he's gone from being in the political wilderness and a total anomaly in modern American politics until really, it shifted a bit, but really 2016 was a game changer, obviously, for him. So now he is at the most powerful, influential, and popular by far he has ever been because he's arguably the most popular. He is the most popular politician in America. At the same time, his values and who he is and what he cares about is obviously under unprecedented threat. So it's worst of times, best of times for Bernie Sanders. He's got no time for bullshit. And Anderson Cooper, unfortunately, asked him a dumb question when they're talking about health care, because Bernie wants to talk about Medicare for all. And Matt noted that this looks a little bit like a dad scolding an errant son. Let's watch this clip.
Poll after poll showed that is exactly what the American people did not want, and Democrats should take credit for killing a really, really bad piece of legislation.
Who do you think is responsible for the failure to get the bill passed? You say credit should go to the Democrats. Who are the Republicans?
Anderson, that's just a media game. Nobody really cares that it's a failure of Trump or a failure of Ryan. What the American people are asking is, how does it happen that we are the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people as a right? Anderson, I am talking to you tonight 50 miles away from the Canadian border. We can get there in an hour. They manage to provide health care for every man, woman, and child in their country at half the cost per person than we do. The cost of prescription drugs in Canada, significantly lower than it is in the United States. So the question is, why are we not moving forward with a Medicare for all, single-payer program guaranteeing health care to all people, which will be much more cost-effective than what we presently have?
What actually do you think happens now? I know clearly that is what you would like to see happen, but the president is just talking about letting Obamacare fail. The CBO says it's not imploding in the way, it's not on a death spiral like many Republicans are saying it is. What do you actually see happening? There are many Democrats who say, look, things do need to be amended and changed in Obamacare.
Right. Look, again, I believe in a Medicare for all single-payer program, but it ain't going to happen right now. We don't have the support in the Congress for that. So while we continue that long-term struggle, right now we need to improve the Affordable Care Act. And that means a public option available in every state in this country, which gives people a wide variety of options, but make sure that there is competition in every community in this country. In my view, it means lowering the age of Medicare from 65 down to 55, allowing more Americans to participate in that program. It means passing Medicare negotiating ability with the pharmaceutical industry and reimportation, allowing us to buy less expensive drugs around the world, which will not only lower the cost of medicine in this country, lower the cost of healthcare. Those are some short-term remedies that I think we need to go forward on.
Bernie does a great job there in two ways because, number one, like Will and I were discussing, people don't need more complexity in their lives, and certainly not in life and death issues. They need simple, basic, no bullshit delivery. That's Medicare. That's what needs to happen. Then he, it's one thing to do the shtick of, well, Anderson, I don't think that the American people care about the politics of it, and now I'm going to give you a dumb political answer. When you pivot against that with real substance, then it works. It reminds me, if you watch the documentary The War Room, it's really interesting because that's back, in the early 90s when the Clintons really did have a formidable political team. And there's this incredible clip with James Carville where he basically is in some media scrum and he goes, look, I don't underestimate the president. That's George W. Bush's father, the first Bush, George Herbert Walker. I don't underestimate his skills as a politician for a second. As a president, he's a joke. But as a politician, he's great. Something to that effect. that is the most brilliant frame, because you're basically signaling to people everything that you want somebody to actually be good at as president, he's terrible. And everything that repulses you about the system, he's brilliant at. But you can't play that game if you don't go to policy, or if you go to more wonkery. And in a world that's so complicated, so overwhelming, and so fast, there's going to be hucksters and scam artists that capture people's attention and give them easy answers, and there's going to be clarity and rigor and integrity, which is its own form of socialism or barbarism. What's the choice?
And that sort of wonkery is a persuasive appeal in its own way. Like
That's true.
Like it's like we're going to get all these facts right, and then they'll believe us.
Right.
Are you like? Do you need any more evidence that that's not the world we're living in?
Right. That is not even remotely, of course, the world we're living in.
Hey everybody, Sam Seder here.
Donald Trump is a bad guy. Believe me. It's true.
It is true, and you can subscribe to this channel by subscribing to this channel. It's true.